Try that again. We got a round of 64 casual boots tournament race today. I'm Hawk59, and I'm joining the booth with Arya. Hi, how you doing, Arya? Okay, we might be having some trouble with Arya. That's all right. Our tracker day is Kmir, so I think we got a good race going, and it looks like it is just about to get going. Here we go.
I think I can actually hear you now.
Oh, there we go. Sounds good. Always fun. Always fun. So as I said, casual boots tournament. Really great thing about this mode is get to start with the boots, get to start with the sword. What are your thoughts? What are we looking at here today, Arya?
I mean, with Gammachuu, obviously we got this. We got the top seed in the tournament who went 6-0 in pool play. Although he did have some challenges, and VeXtopher, you got one of the better, relatively newer, highly skilled runners. So this should be a pretty close race. This is not the it's single elimination. It's not the NCAA tournament. That 1 versus 64 does not mean it's going to be a blowout.
Right, yeah. I do think we're definitely going to see a good race today. I think they both, it's casual boots. Like everybody likes casual boots, so get to race around the map all day. So that's going to be good for everybody.
Yeah, no hour-and-a-half slog to find it up in Mimic Cave or something like that. And well, there's a second sword. That did not take long.
Yeah, no. Ooh, okay. Master sword already. Let's we're gonna get I always like to say it'll be especially fun if we get an Aga seed, and then it'll be even more fun if it's an Aga pet seed.
It would definitely make things much more interesting for sure. And obviously,
for us watching it.
And obviously in any mode in which you start with a starting sword increases the odds a little bit of it being an Aga to begin with, because that's part of the Aga starter pack, but we shall see how things proceed from here. I have not seen we obviously haven't seen the key. I have not seen the map yet either.
No, I think you're right. They picked up some money and some bombs so far, I believe.
Both runners putting that Master Sword to full use, sword beams, and Gamma with a nice spin there to close it out. And I mean, they're almost in lockstep right now.
Yeah, it'll really depend, what they do after the escape sequence here to see if there's, how long it takes before we get some divergence in their paths.
Yeah, Gamma likes to make an early map check, and he did so before heading into the castle, but it's so quick that it's hard to pick up. I want to say
you're almost wondering if he even saw it. Chat has mentioned that it looks like Desert Palace is a pendant, so we at least know that.
Yeah, I wanted to say that Eastern and Hera were crystals, but again, it was a fleeting glance, so we'll likely get a more thorough look from Vex after this escape sequence is over. And again, these two runners are just putting on a clinic here. Hyper efficient.
Yeah, Secretly Sliver in chat is saying Desert Pendant and then regular crystals at Eastern and Hera, so.
That's excellent knowledge early on. We get the small in our cross where it was guaranteed to be at that point. Both these runners do have bombs, so they are not even going to waste any extra time potentially looking for them. Not like they need it for the final checks, but...
Yeah, but it's always good to have before you're heading into CAC, if that's where you're going to go next, or even South Shore. So
yeah, absolutely.
a pretty mundane Hyrule Castle today.
Yeah, very much so. We got that Master Sword, which is nice. Yeah, not a lot in the way of bombs, so would not surprise me to see one or both runners head to CAC right away. Yeah, and these are two excellent escape times for these players. I mean, exceptionally impressive.
Yeah, very, very, very much. This is definitely my standard route at the beginning of a Kaz boot seed. How about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have the boots, you have the proximity. You might as well crank out bonk rocks, do that lumberjack ledge check so that it doesn't slip your mind. Do the woods, and then I tend to make a evaluation a little bit on the fly. It is a nice tree pull for both players, though.
Oh yeah, 80 rupees.
And the crab drop too. Bombs from the crab, 20s off the tree pull, so resources aplenty here.
I am actually a little shocked here that Vex is checking LGL.
I did not actually catch what is that, just a 20?
I think yes, I think it was just a 20 rupee.
Chat saying it was actually the red boomerang.
Okay. I mean, it was something red.
Yeah. It's something red that's not Samaria, so Aga will not be killed for the boomerang, at least.
All right, now we're gonna get some like high density checks. Here we go.
Both runners beelining it straight to CAC here. I think we are on Gammachoo's MSU right now, which is the Mario MSU, which is always nice.
Oh, 3 swords already. Boy. And there's the pearl. So for runners of this caliber, I mean, at this point, it's not something we're really gonna have to worry about, you know, bosses and most enemies. So
yeah, it's definitely gonna make things a lot smoother. And as you say, these runners are so talented and so skilled that you don't need things to be made that much easier to look easy. Oh, hello, early book.
Oh yeah, gotta get into that pendant desert very quick. That's how it always goes, right?
The always suspicious early book.
Glove on the bottle merchant. So what are we? We are hammer, mitt, even aga, which would be lamp for Dark World Axis. So oh well, never mind.
From a tame escape to a stacked Kakariko.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I was wondering if one of them was going to pull the crazy move and, you know, save and quit out of Sank, do something else different. It's very good that they both chose to do this.
So that immediate Dark World access here. Gammachuu at the very least, and probably Vex too, will clean up these last couple checks, check out library. And this has actually been a pretty health-heavy start here, and so Gamma's not even taking that time for that bonus heart. Mushroom, however.
Vex also choosing to forego the heart container. So a seed like this always gets me, because now you got early Dark World access. You got so much available now. You almost get overloaded.
Yeah, there are a plethora of options here. I'm opting to save and quit, which potentially would augur a South Shore dip or something of those, or not.
Yeah, looks like he's heading over to eastern area. Probably check Saha.
Yeah, I would be surprised if it's anything more than Saha, unless we get the bow right here.
Oh, and Vex doing a fake flipper. I think he's gonna check that mushroom out right away.
It's a clever play here. You get that early fetch quest, and if it pays off with something key, it could be a nice advantage for you. Gamma making his way to the mini Moldorm cave.
And just the bloomerang for the mushroom.
So potentially boomerang-less seed today.
Alright, Vex heading back north to the sanctuary. So he's probably going to check King's Tomb here.
And starting boots, almost immediate mitts. That's definitely a check that has slipped my mind before.
Right. It's one of those ones you... I mean, there's nothing in it today, but it could get orphaned or forgotten about very quickly. And there's the mirror in Ice Rod Cave. Okay.
And Gamma's going to set up a water walk off of this, so interesting to see where he opts to go with it. Vex into the first of the runners into the Dark World, heading north to Skull Woods.
Yep. Okay. Red pendant, skull and ice, and green pendant, turtle rock. Red crystal, skull and ice. Green pendant, turtle rock. Also looks like swamp was a pendant as well.
Yeah, so our pendants here, desert, swamp, and turtle rock. Bit of an eclectic mix.
Yeah, I mean, conceivably, you could see the seed not need the ice rod now, which is, you know, not having to do that. That hunt is always fun. But as Chad is pointing out, so what necessary item will Trinex have in this seed, since clearly that's what's going to happen?
No necessary items have ever been on Trinex. I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, I mean, we called it. I mean, there you go. You got the ice rod. Ah, this is my favorite Mario track right here. So let's see. So Vex with the Death Warp. I'm wondering how soon, how long does he leave South Shore area, get over to Ice Rod Cave for that mirror?
Yeah, the mirror definitely open. Yeah, it opens up a little bit more for Gamma, but obviously it's going to have more of a probably a long-term benefit. I mean, no hammer here. You hate to leave something in the back of Thebes, but it is fully clearable right now, aside from the big chest.
Right. Yeah, that mirror at this point it's not doing much except just giving Gamma a few seconds here and there, like here in Skull Woods, as he's clearing out Skull Woods, he can mirror back and forth instead of having to walk all those rooms.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So it looks like Vex did open Thieves Town, but he is foregoing it at this point. Probably, like you were saying, probably waiting until he needs to, or he has the hammer, just so he doesn't have to leave that one check. And our first look over at North Dark World, nothing on the bumper ledge. That's good.
And speaking of not orphaning checks, Gamma gonna clear out Graveyard Ledge right away, get that off his mind.
Right, and he can, since he's there, he can grab King's Tomb. So that's another thing that the mirror gave Gamma versus Vex. Vex is gonna, if there's something here, let's see, Fire Rod. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, and Cane, red Cane on Stumpy.
Yeah, so you gotta figure with that Fire Rod, Gamma likely to just beeline it right back to Skull. Close that out and head into
and
Village
then do
area.
VOO. Yep, it's a good. You're kind of circling back on the route, but yeah, it's a good way to go.
And again, with those mitts and the mirror, he has full access to Smith Chain to potentially loop into, taking it down to Hype Cave. So.
Yep. First, we see our first medallion, Quake, in Hype Cave, and yeah, it does look like Gamma taking the path that you suggested, going to Skull now. And I guess we'll see here, it looks like Vex is, now taking the South Shore path. So he'll have that mirror, and then he'll have that moment where he says, dang it.
But this is definitely good for Vex. It didn't linger out there for too long.
Yeah, yep.
And you could still see the Fire Rod on Graveyard Ledge being a little bit squirrely of a location. Depending on if he heads straight back there or not.
Right, you just went that whole path and you didn't have the mirror, so you've orphaned a few mirror checks like Graveyard Ledge and Cape 45. That do you how soon do you want to get back to that is the question that I think Vex is going to have to figure out.
Ibdos and the torches from giving Gamma a little bit of a hard time here. Being kind of bullies.
Yeah, I mean they're jerks at all times. That's their sole role in life. All right. I was gonna say, thought maybe Gamma was gonna show us some crazy new tech with the book on Moth.
Distract Moth with literature.
You know, if anybody in this community would pull something out like that and it would actually work, it would be Gamma. So
It needs to be a redemption. Redeem channel points. Read Moth a story. Yeah, less than 20 minutes in though. That's our first crystal for Gammachuu.
he's got the book and the mirror, so he grabs this chest back here, and let's see if he gives us a pet check. I would think he would, but you know, I'm not him. I don't have his the way his mind works and his skill level. So
That's your favorite item to find there. The item that takes you to another place.
right.
Although again, if the plan is to walk back to village, it's not the worst thing in the world either.
Just arrows on pedestal. Ped is dead.
Sorry, chat. Dream deferred.
Yeah, a little disappointed. That's okay. I can still pull out hope that there will be a required item in each pendant dungeon, so.
Gamma left the big chest, and I think he remembered that he left the big chest.
Yeah, there was a moment where, you know, you have that pause. Wait a minute, I did just get the big key. But just a heart.
Well, it looks like Vex is going to give us the dam to probably the desert. Check here.
Yeah, I would think. You know, you just grab the mirror, get a bottle out of the dam there. But yeah, you got, he already did the rest of the South Shore, the other side, so. Yeah, both, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, either, I was gonna say to chat, both, the, runners do have mitts. I will say that, you know, tracking a race for runners like Gamma and Vex, especially when they have boots, it's not the easiest thing in the world. These checks are coming very fast and very, you know, both of them doing them all at the same time, so it happens. And it looks like Vex is, of course, going to dip into desert here with that book.
You got some nice money from Agina, but nothing in terms of progression. There's the mail on the desert ledge, which again, nice to have. But definitely hoping for something more substantial here in Pendant Desert.
All right, Pendant Desert not giving us anything yet. Still a chance, obviously, but you know. Vex grabbing the money there, probably gonna, you know, say, hey, I need to get into pod, need to pay Zora maybe at some point, might as well grab it.
He's in pretty good position with this desert trip. That's been the one major benefit, but that's about it. And he's gonna pass on the mail upgrade on the ledge too. Like, definitely understandable. You're running against somebody like Gammachuu. That trip mostly feels empty. You got to be getting somewhere else.
Right. You know, even, you know, Vex is a very accomplished runner himself, but you're running against Gammachuu, you got to feel like, well, I'm probably behind, so let's see where I can make time saves.
Yeah, and honestly, Gamma would probably be saying the same thing in those kind of situations where you go somewhere and it comes up empty. It's like, oh shoot.
Ooh, hook shot on Sick Kid. So that's a nice grab for Vex there.
Yeah, that is the again, those couple of 300s are nice, but that bottle turns out to be the real key payoff of that move. So
yep, I was gonna say Gamma can check it here after while he's doing VOO since he has the mirror, but I forgot he did not do dam, so he does not have the bottle for that.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's probably a pretty good chance he will loop the dam into all of these checks that he's going to be making here. Yeah, that's another trip up to Kakariko and potentially a little bit of a time save for Vex.
The dwarves only given bombs today. Or are they gnomes? I can never really tell. They're shorter than the rest of the people in the game, so. So far, the only mirror check that seems to be paying off was the graveyard ledge.
Yeah, it hasn't yielded too much as of yet.
Looks like I forgot to tell the tracker, but I forgot Vex had the shovel, so he gives us dig spot there and gets the powder for it.
It's a nice find off the shovel. Goes against where they're pathing, unfortunately, right now, but
yeah, still looking for that. I was about to say you're looking for the hammer, but I forgot with the mirror and Dark World access, you're good, so. Ooh, flute in the purple chest. Okay, there we go.
There have been a surprisingly high amount of items just right along the path, which you love to see when you're running here.
cape on Bombo's tablet, so you know, that's cool. Chat, Fire Rod is in Graveyard Ledge. So Gamma had the mirror earlier than Vex did, and was able to loop Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb together. So we'll see. We'll have to see when Vex is able to get back up to that spot. It might be longer now that he's got the flute. He's opening more things up, so he's going to be less likely to head in that along that path.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. With with flute, with hook shot, with mirror, you have and mitts. You've got a ton of stuff open on the mountain.
Yeah, you got. I mean, most of it, I would say. You can, also do the Meyer area. We'll get our look at what the Meyer medallion here is. And it looks like it's Bombos. Bombos for Meyer. Which means that, yeah, the Quake out of Hype Cave right now, not completely necessary. Could still be the medallion for Turtle Rock, and it is a green pendant Turtle Rock, and as I think any player of this game knows, that just screams like something that you're gonna avoid, and then you're gonna need it. So.
Yeah, that sigh of relief. We don't need to get all the items for TR today. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah.
Back of Laser Bridge. You needed that.
First logical bow in TR. First logical bow on green pendant. That's what I'm gonna say. Which is just mean. I know, that's just mean, but...
Gamma booked it back to Village to do the bat check here with the magic powder. Did you happen to see if he went into Dam?
I did not. I don't think he has the bottle yet. Flippers on Old Man.
Well, that's a location, and for the folks who say that Gamma's never punished, magic bat powder was a bottle, as he's in Kakariko.
Yeah, wow.
He will get that hook shot anyway, before activating his flute.
It's funny when the community has these these little memes like that, and then he just plays right into it. So
I would love to walk into items just once. It would be awesome. And Vex is going to give us our first look here at Hera. Take a hard pass on the money in the basement. Good reason.
yeah, he's full up. His wallet's stuffed. I'm doing the hook speed setup. I was worried for a second there. I saw him grab the bouncing magic.
There's 2 quick items in Hera, so got the map for good measure.
Yeah, that was maybe he just forgot that he had seen the one item already.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that when you pass on an item and then it just doesn't register that no, it was an item and I consciously chose to ignore it.
Gamma doing the same thing in Desert that Vex did, getting that money. I think he thought about it. He was like, wait, I only got 150. Yeah, maybe I should grab it. All right, is that, I believe that is Vex's first crystal at 34.48.
It is, yeah. He opted against going into Thieves and is still lacking that fire rod.
Right, yeah.
This desert dip is actually a little bit interesting to me because, again, Gamma does have the same access, I believe, that Vex has right now. And Pendant Desert, and you have access to all.
Right, yeah. I mean, maybe he's thinking he's just gonna try to do it quick, so.
I mean, he does have all the ingredients again to make it fast. We start with the boots, got the mirror. Did get the early book too. It's kind of stick in your head a little bit. But it did paid off with something at least on Bombo's tablet in terms of the cape. Not progression, but you never know when you might need it in a big spot.
Yeah, I think I rely on it too much, so it's always good to have.
Yeah, and chat noting that Gammachoo's treating it as like an overworld check, and that it totally makes sense. I mean, Pendant Skullwoods is often treated the same way. Again, you can get through it pretty quickly with the boots and in the mirror.
Ah, Gamma giving us that blue boomerang. Says, sure, I'll take it.
At least one boomerang found a home today. In all likelihood, Gamma will follow pretty much lockstep in the heels of Vex here and heading up the mountain. Past the flippers, though, we really haven't seen that much.
Right, I'm wondering if, gotta wonder if those flippers on the old man are gonna lead to anything.
And then in the technical sense, too, they're out of logic because we have yet to see the lamp. These players don't need a lamp, but does make things interesting.
I believe. Are they out of logic without the lamp? They have flute and hookshot, so they can get to the mountain.
They can, but it's a dark cave without torches, so I think it's technically, but.
Oh, the old man flippers. Just the
yes,
flippers.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I was trying to loop it all together.
No, no worries.
And Hookshot Cave didn't have anything. And it looked like we saw that Bombos was, I believe it was also TR there. So.
Right now we're looking at bow, hammer, bombos for go.
Yeah, I would think. I believe so.
And lamp, if you want to be technical about it.
Right. just got that sinking, not sinking feeling that you're gonna find Bombos probably in Ice Palace. Come on, Vex, you gotta get back to Graveyard Ledge. Maybe this is it?
Yeah, I mean, aside from taking it into Thieves, he doesn't have that much here that he can really do.
Yeah, there we go. I think he's cleaning up the last of his mirror checks. Maybe we'll go all the way to Catfish. We haven't seen either of the fish today.
Yeah, so this is good news for Vex right here. He's got a little bit of catch up to do as a result of getting the Fire Rod later.
Yeah, but he's not entirely behind. He's one crystal behind. He can do, in the same amount that it looks like Gamma's probably gonna do Hera here. Vex can clean up Skull and Thieves. When Gamma, were you paying attention when Gamma did Thieves Town? Were we watching? Anybody watching the items?
I did not get a full count, but I know he picked up the small key. So it's not locking itself at the very least, but I did not see whether he got 3 or 4 items. Gave a bit of a pause after he got that small, so it would not surprise me if there's something in there. That's trying to read the body language on a 16-bit video game.
Yes.
Any Moldorm truly the greatest enemy in here.
Yeah, they're trying to take the title from Dead Rocks.
It's pretty tough to do though. Dead Rocks has held that distinction many years running.
Yeah, the designer who made that enemy, I guess he didn't get hugged enough, or he didn't have a lot of love in his life, I'm assuming, because he poured all of his hate and spite into those things.
Cannot disagree.
He probably figured, I'm dead inside, so these are dead rocks.
Yeah, we are quite likely to get almost simultaneous boss kills. Just seconds apart.
Very close. That was, less than a second apart, I would say.
Gamma cleaning up Hera for crystal number 3. Vex cleans up Moth and Skull for number 2. And again, I think we saw early Vex kind of most likely shying away from Thieves due to the lack of hammer, but getting a little late early around here, so he might kind of just have to make that plunge.
Here we go. Finally the dam from Gamma.
And we all checked the dam 44 minutes in. And Vex wisely gonna make a quick pet check while he's here. Last time he ever has to be up in this area.
That is Ether for Gamma. Vex also should have Ether. I'll let Kamer know that. Might have been when he had a bit of technical difficulty earlier. All right, we're finally visiting the Scamfish.
And Gamma did that early water walk to Waterfall Ferry. Don't need Sora Ledge unless you're really keen on getting that single rupee.
Yeah, when you're really hurting for money. Oh boy. Okay, Bombos on the fish. He is not a scam today.
No, that is a heck of a spot to find your required medallion there.
So hammer bow go mode.
And Hammer's been locking up a lot in this seed.
Looks like Vex is gonna get it. Probably get that Bombos here too, I would imagine. Gamma did not check Catfish though, so we'll get to see the other fish today.
Yeah, Catfish, right now, with the way things stand, is a potential huge out for Vex if it comes through with one of these items we're looking for. Emma taking that Bombo straight to Meyer, though, not a surprise there.
But nope, not today. Catfish just with some 10 arrows, bow not found yet.
I'm simply stunned that Catfish let us down like that.
Yeah.
He's usually so reliable, and
so I know.
Doesn't he know it's a race?
Vex choosing to go the long way, but I think this might get us to Pyramid.
And we have located Hammer and Meyer.
Yeah. All right. What a fun spot for all of these items.
And we are bow from go mode, and
so it's big TT big chest, right? It's gotta be.
we can't rule it out at this point. We ruled out Ped, but there's still plenty of Pendant Dungeon fun that could be had.
That's true. That's true.
Swamp and its 6 items are out there.
Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock and its 5 items are out there.
I mean, technically Turtle Rock's also 6 because it's the green pendant, so you gotta...
That is true.
It could conceivably be that.
Gamma getting the disappointing news that he has to go endure a cutscene. Vex, fortunately for him, is right behind in terms of he will be getting his hammer. So after this, again, we've seen the 2 items here in Mire. We'd have to think that going to Ice is absolutely next on the docket.
Yeah, very likely.
Fully clearable, that is our other 5-6 as well. But if there's no bow in that, and if you make the decision to check Pyramid Fairy in the Pyramid area, that's when things can start getting interesting for being in bow-go mode. Gamma making rather short work of the dark rooms in Mire, making it look easy with Spooky.
I know, jeez.
Wisely uses a fairy there too. He is in a bit of a tight health spot here.
But
did it?
Yeah, not tight enough. That is, he's easily able to take care of it.
Yeah, those were very efficient spins to take care of the little eyes, put the cape on at the right time, and kept Viddy's big eye at a good enough distance to pull that one out. So that's crystal number 4, and again, he has pretty much, yeah, he has cleared out this whole desert area, save for the boss, which I'm not playing games like that right now. Not when ice is clearable. X in a bit of a spot here, though. Down to a heart, but
gets that fairy and then
yeah.
the little heart. So
that's some good game knowledge right there too.
Yeah. And you were right about the next call. Clearable ice.
Yeah,
The spot that Gamma went.
With Kane and Icebreaker making things so much nicer. It's no longer a pain to have to deal with Ice Palace in this situation.
Vex not having Spooky because he used that powder, but he does still make pretty quick work of the Dark Mire, so just a little bit behind Gamma so far.
Very efficient, very impressive. I mean, the way that these runners navigate even the toughest of dark rooms, always impressive. Vex definitely in a better health position for trying to close out the end of the Spitty fight.
Right, very much.
As I believe that's 2 items in ice already. No bow to be found. Very nice job by Vex. Notching his 3rd crystal there in Mire. So with that hammer in tow, it looks like Vex is heading back to Village to finally take out these down. Which he can completely clear. A nice find for Gammachuu. Butter Sword. It's going to make everything else just even that much more easy.
Yeah, right.
Because as we've seen thus far, these runners absolutely need things to be made more easy. As they blitz through
Yeah, I
dark
don't even
rooms.
know who these guys are. Gammachuu and VeXtopher. They're like nobodies, that's for sure. Noobs. Maybe they'll be in the mentor tournament next year.
I like their chances if they sneak in there. Cold Stare was here, and Cold Stare is gone. Crystal number 5 for Gamma, but now the game gets interesting. Because that bow is obviously go mode, but
where is it?
yeah, we have some disparate locations out here right now. It would not surprise me if we take it straight to Pyramid Fairy here, see if we, Gamma can find something off that 5-6, those 2-5-6 crystals, which could lead into Pyramid and Pod Eastern area.
It is, entirely possible that neither of them have been in Eastern. Maybe it's just a classic French vanilla or vanilla bow sitting in the Eastern big chest.
At this point, the odds are getting ever better. Gamma is giving us the look at Pyramid Fairy and see what's up on Pyramid. It's a bow. It was
Wow.
just on
Wow.
Pyramid. Does he even
Just
go back
sitting
and
there,
check
and-
the fairy?
and-
I don't even
and
think
nobody-
so, right?
Nope.
No,
he's-
just nope.
yeah.
Nope and out.
Gone.
So in around 57-40 or so, Gammachuu, first of our runners to hit go mode. And holding off on this Pod Eastern play is going to completely pay off. And frankly, it's going to pay off for Vex too. It's just chasing a little bit here at this point.
We will see. So we get Vex finishing up the blind fight here. He is, just a crystal behind. So just running just a crystal behind. So we'll see if there's anything that can catch him up here.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a tough spot, unfortunately. I do think he's quite likely after he finishes up these. He has access to the hammer check now, the pegs, but past this, he's probably going to get pulled in the same direction that Gamma did, to Ice Palace, and again, it would not be surprising to see him do the same path and go to the 5-6 crystal turn-in for the big bomb, and then head to Pod Eastern, but by that point, yeah, we got to see where Gamma's going to be. VeXtopher has made his way to ice. And as we know, save for the crystal, yeah, the one thing he's going to come away with will be his gold sword as well. But the hope is obviously that Vex will follow this up by heading to, again, redeem those 5-6 crystals for the big bomb and get his bow on the pyramid. Emma, meanwhile, still on a big key hunt here in Pod, hoping that it's in the Hellway, but it is not.
Yeah, and leading the like you were saying, Vex is gonna be able to get himself his bow soon, but he's just taking the same path as Gammachuu, so he doesn't really have many avenues left for something to be, or some, not item-wise, but something to give him back the lead. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's tough. He found himself chasing just a little bit early. That fire rod helped Gamma path things out a little bit, and Gamma finding that bottle at a timely moment to get his hook shot was also
right. Yeah, it was very Gamma.
Yeah, it was that was a perfect out potential for VeXtopher, and
yeah,
there are 4 bottles in the item pool.
Right. Yep. It was a good. It was funny how it happened, but that's just the way the game is played sometimes. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, VeXtopher has played an outstanding match here, regardless of how things turn out, and it is not over. But I mean, he's played exceptionally well.
Oh yeah, I don't think he was a little running behind from the start, but not too bad. I don't think there was any real choices that either runner made that gave them, an advantage over the other one. So just kind of picking the path that Gammachuu picked seemed to lead him to go mode faster, which is the whole point of this game. So.
Yep.
I do wonder, I actually was thinking about this, there is a moment, and maybe I'll ask Vexus after the race, but there was a moment after he did Catfish and Zora, and he walked back out, and I could see him hover by the, the portal, the mirror portal, like thinking maybe I'm going to take this route back to the Dark World, take the long walk, just go check Pyramid Ledge, before I call it quits. And then he stopped and he saved and quit and he went somewhere else. I can't remember where that was, but I think that might have been the divergence point. He could have had the bow, way earlier.
Yeah, that is a good point. And once again, I mean, these runners, well, a dungeon apart, I mean, simultaneous boss kills. Vex made Cold Stare look like nothing. Gamma handled the dark basement of Pod with relative ease and took out Helma. And he's got just one dungeon to go.
And, okay. Vex, looks like Vex is dipping into Pendant Swamp, so I think that... he's going where the density is, trying to find that bow, but that's not gonna help him at all. So
yeah, this is a tough spot. I mean, it's absolutely understandable at this point in the race. We just know, being able to watch from outside that the bow has just been sitting out in a visible location. Basically since they got flippers that they could access East Dark World.
Right, it's always easy for us to say, well, why didn't he just go there? But, you're not in the moment. You make calls. You know, I don't begrudge him for going here, going to swamp. I mean, there's 6 items here, so there's a good high chance that that bow is there. And it would make the mirror and the flippers, required items, so that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, as Fluffy Mittens points out in chat, I mean there are 2 bows in the item pool too, and they're progressive, so there could in fact be a second bow here.
Right.
Got one of these seeds where these multiple items are just
right. That would definitely be that'd be something. He gets a bow here. I still don't think it would speed him up enough. If he gets it early enough in swamp, maybe if he gets, I don't know though. You never go back to pyramid, so you're not going to get silvers. And I would say that if he had silvers, then that might be enough to. There might be enough, but it's so hard. Vanilla big key in Eastern. That's always fun. Stupid Eastern.
That's felt like the one part of this this seed that hasn't really been right out in the open. They've had to hunt for some of these big keys. Meanwhile, we got these key items sitting on fetch quests and pyramid ledges and.
This is a little cheery music for this Armos fight.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this song, but
I believe it's from Mario 64.
It did make for an upbeat time though. As fleeting as boss fights have been in this matchup.
Right.
Once again, seconds apart.
Though unfortunately Vex's boss is completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Couldn't even give a good drop for our sakes.
So, alright Arya, I see some numbers in chat, because what that means is people want to play the GT Big Key guessing game. So there are 22 locations in GT that the Big Key can be. So 1 through 22, get your numbers in, and you can win a ton of fake internet points and my undying admiration. So we'll take numbers obviously until Gamma walks his way into the tower, and we'll see who's right. I personally always say 22 because I want to see that tile room.
I'll go with 2 because I don't want to see that tile room.
There you go. Good. We're spanning both ends. I like how you said 2 though. You could have just easily said first check.
Yeah. You gotta do a little something.
Man, Gamma gonna be entering GT just about, what is that, 109? I'm gonna say 109.25? 109.20?
Seems like a pretty good time.
Seems like it. Whew, man, I can't believe I called that 109.25.
That's the true Ganon's Tower guessing game. It's over.
Unfortunately, it was not number 2. Sorry.
Well, a dream deferred again. Hope head. Oh, Ganon's Tower guessing game. One day.
But Gamma going full right. This is not, I don't think you see this very often, personally.
Yeah, I tend to do this a decent amount, but I don't really have a amazing rhyme or reason behind any of it.
Right. My thought is always I do that. I do full right when I feel like I'm behind. Like when I'm like I'm behind. I got to do something different. I think the vast, I don't know what the statistics are. Our tracker saying that right to compass is pretty common. I guess I think I see I see it more often. I think a lot of people now are trying some of these, Dark Magician or Rando Rush, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I think it was Structural Mike had a full spreadsheet breakdown of different routing times and stuff like that, but effectively it came down to as long as you're not like going back and forth a bunch of times,
Right.
there isn't a wildly massive difference in likelihood.
Alright, Vex is finally making his way to the pyramid. He's going to be, fairly disappointed, I think, when he sees that bow sitting on the ledge. Kmir adding that it seems Rando Rush has become common for consistency, but the right side is faster but with a higher variance. So I did not know that. So
That's interesting.
all right,
Okay.
I think we are up to 14 here, if my math is correct. $17. I do not see a 17 in chat, so I don't think anybody got it.
Oh, I see GRN Vortex at 16 if we're playing those Price is Right rules, which
Yeah,
I don't
sure,
know that
why
we
not?
are.
Well, does it really matter?
But the Undying Admiration, though.
So he can get. I'll give him the internet points, but he doesn't get my admiration.
Oh. Tough but fair.
And what's, to me, what I think's funny and I guess kind of sad is that, if I'm in Vex's shoes, maybe against any other runner, but yeah, finding the bow there on the pyramid kind of stinks, but you're in go mode at 113 something, 112, like I'd be feeling pretty good. You only got a couple crystals left to do.
Yeah, I mean, not only, yeah, as you say, not only are you in go mode, you're in go mode in the perfect position to use the go mode item that you have to just clear these 2 dungeons as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's hard because it's still a really good time. You're you're probably feeling pretty good. But also maybe you're not because it's Gammachuu. I don't know. Same way if you're going against somebody like, I don't know, Airy or, any of these, Dante, any of these big names, I would feel a little, be like, well, 113, I'm doing great, but...
Yeah, it's definitely probably a different level of expectation even before the race even starts, right, as you say. You're going up against somebody really strong and a typically... very good time may not be enough on this day. It does probably sting that, again, for I guess Vex in particular, only because he was later to a couple items, and just by chance, really. that some of these
Right.
items were available earlier than you wind up getting them.
Yeah, make the whole thing, and if you were to go back and watch this VOD, I mean, it's like you said, Gamma. I don't want to call it getting bailed, but Gamma got that lucky bottle on Magic Bat right when he happened to be in Kakariko. So
it was just perfect timing, and again, he also got that mirror a little bit earlier, which allowed him to get the fire rod a little bit earlier.
And just make everything he did at the beginning of that seed just a little bit faster. Maybe he finishes each room in Skull Woods by a couple, maybe a second or two faster because he can mirror out and stuff like that. And that kind of stuff adds up. So
yeah, I mean, at this level, the margins are so slim that those tiny little efficiencies can swing races. Gammachuu posing some early issues for Gamma. He's got a decent lineup for that third cycle. I think that's 5, yeah.
Pretty good so far. And then look at that. So what was that? That was
I want to say it was a 5 cycle with 1 blank in the second.
Yep. Alright, we are dropping in to fight the pig at 117.11. Wow.
And no silvers, but everything else to make this nice and quick.
Yeah, no silvers, but butter sword. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Here's your first 2 cycles done in a blink of an eye. Gamma did nail that torch glitch, which will set himself up for... He's hoping for a run of triples here.
Man, I lost count, but
Yeah, he had a couple that were very tough to tell on the video feed. Definitely was late to one and tried to steal it with a swipe. And there it is.
There we goes. All right, GG's into chat for Gammachuu.
VeXtopher finished off Pod for his 6 crystal. We'll see if he's checking the race room or not.
Yeah, we'll see. We got Gamma with an official time of 1:19:20 on race time. So GG's Gamma.
Yeah, just really impressive performance. And again, his routing was on point for where it needed to be in this seed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was everything. The seed itself was designed that way. I think a lot of items just happened to be, in a line, and he picked the right line pretty much the whole time. So very, very, very good game.
Yeah, and we didn't even see anything worthwhile in Desert, so the pendant dungeons weren't even worth touching today.
How it always goes. You see it, and then you get a bunch of items that's early, like early book. Oh, Desert's got to be something, right? The only thing we got off that book was the cape, and that's not even
Yeah.
progression. Man,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it early, but somewhat, Flipper's on Old Man, which is completely out of logic for the whole game. So because they never found Lamp.
It's true.
Indifference Ninja, I will be sure to let Gamma know that Raichu could have done it in under an hour. I'll let him know. I'm going to guess that Vex probably not checking the race room until he's at least heading into GT. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't check it at all. I don't know if he leaves it up or not. But my usual play is I'll check it, pull it up as I'm heading into GT. So.
And Beck's got to deal with these buried big keys here in Eastern Nepal.
Right. Yeah, like you said, the biggest hunts we had all game, besides the bow, which wasn't even really a hunt, they just happened to not go check Pyramid Ledge for an hour, or 45 minutes or whatever it was. But the real hunt in this feed was, where are we going to find all these big keys?
I am somewhat interested now. I mean, this would be one of those seeds where if I played it through without Lamp, I'd go back and find out where was Lamp exactly. Because as you say, it did, it did lock those flippers logically, and Ice Palace was required. There are not too many locations it could have been, really.
Right? Yeah, you're right. I would say, I mean, there's not much left that they didn't actually do, which is another testament to how good these guys are. Like, the fact that they did so many areas and checks and still didn't end up finding the lamp, and they still finished in, under 90 minutes. For Gamma, under 100 and an hour and 20. So
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
yeah, K-Mary's probably right. I do think it probably could have been in TR.
In terms of density and likelihood at this point, it definitely feels that way.
I did not see the silvers hint, so I didn't see where the silvers were. Did you catch that?
I did not, actually.
And it looks like, according to the racing, it looks like Gamma or Vex did check. So we are gonna see. Let's see if we can get. I don't know. We'll see if either of them are gonna come in for a chat here. So a little bit of dead air here. We're just waiting for Gamma and Vex to be ready, and we can hopefully get some interviews in. All right, and we are joined by Gammachuu and VeXtopher. GG's to you both. GG's, Gamma.
Yo, GG's, Vex.
Maybe we are waiting. Maybe Vex is having a little trouble.
GG's. No, I turned push to talk on and I forgot.
Yeah, but now GG's. I mean, initial thoughts, guys, about that seed? That was something, huh?
It seemed very, very linear if you end up getting that bombos early, and I did not have the cash for that.
No, I didn't either. So I don't know. It's kind of gross. I actually hate in Kaz boots specifically. Like I hate early Dark World seeds. Like it's just so because it opens so much of the world like so fast, and then it's just like, well, pick the right direction, and if you don't, it's like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, did you end up going Dark World or Kakariko first or South Shore?
I did CAC into Dark World.
Oh, okay, did you go straight to Dark World from CAC?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. I got the mushroom, right? And then I went and I scummed the mushroom, and then I did King's Tomb into Dark World. I skipped Thieves Town for forever, right? I did everything before Thieves Town. So I had my hammer before Thieves.
Actually, that's a really good point. It was a good divergence because you Gamma went and got the mirror. So when he was able to get to Thieves Town, he had the fire rod. So it seemed like a lot of the items, especially Gamma. I don't know how you felt about this, but watching, it seemed like you were falling, item into item into item, just along, like you said, very linear along your path.
Yeah, that. I mean, it felt pretty good early on. I didn't want to go straight to Dark World after Kakariko. I went CAC first, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'd rather take care of South Shore because it's a lot of checks on Mini Moldum, and maybe a mirror. If a mirror comes in, around, it'll be nice for Dark World outing.
Yeah, so, that's a huge change because I went into Dark World first, right? And I did the Front of Skull, and then I skipped Thieves, but I did all the way down to Hype Cave, and then from Hype Cave, I then did Dam into Mini Moldorm and got the mirror. And then at that point, I don't have I only have Graveyard Ledge, K45, and Thieves Town, which I've already decided to skip, right? And so then I went into Desert.
Did you full clear it?
Well, no, I didn't finish it because I didn't have fire. Because I didn't have fire rod, right? And I don't know where the lamp was.
Right.
Because I didn't have the mirror the first time I did Dark World, and so I missed fire rod, right? And that and so then I'm screwed.
Oh, wow.
Right? So like it's very, very linear if you have the mirror and you go get the fire rod, but it's not linear at all if you don't, right? Because I was able to do Mire and everything before, right after the mountain, I went up the mountain and then I had Mire ready to go because I did Zora later after fire rod.
That was another point. So you got the bottle out of Dam, Vex, and it looked like Gamma skipped that for a while. So getting the hook shot from Sick Kid, we were thinking, maybe it looked like for a second that Vex was going to pick up some time there. And then Gamma, you get bottle off of Magic Bat, so you can go get the hook shot right then and there.
It worked out good because normally I like to do Mini Moldorm, Ice Pod Cave, and Dam into Agina. And I got the mirror. I'm like, I'm just going to orphan Aginas and Dam for a while.
I mean, like I said, I normally do that, right? So that's my normal route, unless I get early Dark World. And when I get early Dark World, I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to go into the Dark World. And so, I mean, that's the gamble when you play a seed where you get early Dark World, right? You either go to Dark World and get your items, or you don't go to Dark World and don't get your items. And like whichever one is correct, you got like a 20-minute head start.
Yeah, it's a tough call. You're already like in Kakariko. Do you just go Dark World, or you want to do all those checks in South Shore? And I'm just glad I did because that mirror made it so nice to pick up that fire rod and the flute.
Yeah, I mean, I even skipped because I didn't get the flute, right? Because I got flute after mirror because I skipped Smith Chain the first time, right? Because I didn't have mirror, and I went ahead and did the Hive Cave. I was like, I have all the South Shore still to do. I better do that first.
Yeah.
And I got nothing out of anything that I did, right? And so I basically last located into the chain that had the entire unlock of the seed, and so I was
Yeah.
just super behind.
Okay, yeah, that does feel terrible. I felt pretty good about the Dark World routing. Just the bombos. I don't know if if you would do a holo hand play or something to maybe have Zora money.
Now that's too much work.
Yeah.
Hey Vex, I want to ask you something. So there was a moment after you got bombos from Zora that you walked back down, and it looked like you were hesitating, like you were going to go back into the portal and maybe head down to Pyramid. Did that cross your mind there at all before you save and quit?
Actually, yeah. That was my original plan, and I got bombos, and I was like, oh, I could go do Meyer. Honestly, I probably would have finished 20 minutes ago if I had just gone down to Pyramid, right?
Yeah. That whole time I was thinking about it.
Yeah, because if I guess you're right, because at that point I was in bow hammer go mode, right? And so, well, I don't know. See, here's the thing: is that if I would have got the bow off of Pyramid Ledge, I don't know if I would have gone into Meyer. I might have gone over to Pod Eastern. But actually, I also could have just gone into Meyer. Who knows what I would have done? But like, no, that.
Oh you never know. You make a call and then that changes time.
I mean,
in some other universe, you might have done it differently.
Yeah, I mean, had I actually gotten Pyramid Ledge and then gone straight to Meyer and got Hammer, I would have been in go mode in like 50 minutes or something less.
Wow, and you probably would have. You said you didn't touch the East Town till late. You probably would have just go mode at that point.
Yeah, no, I would have been in go. So if I would have gone to from Catfish down to Pyramid Ledge after walking out of Zora getting bombos, if I would have done it that way, then I would have been in go mode at Hammer in Meyer.
Yeah, I think so. If I'm correct, it was Gamma. You were at go mode around like 40 something, 48 maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't check.
yeah, and Vex, I think you were that bow point was at like the 35-minute mark or something like that. So it would have been interesting, but I mean, Gamma, honestly, I've only been playing this game for a little bit, but it was pretty impressive watching both of you guys run this seed because, man, I was saying earlier to Arya that you're watching, Vex, you're going through Pod at like 113, and I'm like, if I was in Pod, my last two crystals at 113, I'd be like, God, I got a real chance. And Gamma's dropping into Ganon, so.
Oh yeah, no, I knew I was screwed, right? I knew I was like really boned after I did all a swamp, right? And I was like, well, this is dumb. I mean, that seed, you could have just not done the mountain. I mean, that because if you go Catfish Zora into Pyramid Ledge and then you're like, oh, I got my bow, I'm in Hammer Go mode, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go finish my crystal dungeons that I can complete, and you go to Meyer right after that, after you get the bow, at that point you just you're in you're in go mode without checking anything on the mountain, and I mean the swords were completely free because you got tempered and cack.
I can't believe the mountain had absolutely nothing.
It literally had nothing.
Completely dead.
The entire South Dark World had nothing, right? All of Dark World was nothing. It's the mirror, and then you had mirror checks that led to the items. That was it. Right? Well, in purple chest.
Yeah, I'm so glad the mountain had a lot of cash because I just burned bought 2 blue potions right before the mountain, so that got me the money for Zora. That's all the mountain was good for, just Zora money, pretty much.
That's actually true. There's a bunch of money up there.
Yeah, but no, it was complete garbage. If you skip that, you save a lot of time. Never touching the mountain.
No, for sure. And then, I mean, even if I had skipped Swamp, I would have been probably in GT by the time you had finished, at least. But I mean, I did all the Swamp Palace, and I went back in for left side because there were 3 items. So it's like, I mean, at that point, I was like, where's the bow? Because bow go mode's terrible. I hate bow go mode. It's like the worst. Especially when you haven't touched Eastern or Pod, right? Because you're just like, well, if it's over there, do I just go over there and be like, here it is?
Yeah.
Or not?
It's a hard call. It really is a hard call. Like after Pyramid Ledge and Pyramid Ferry, I was like, oh, do I touch Pod or just go to TR or Swamp? The TR and Swamp, 2 high density pendant dungeons. Which one you want to touch? I could just be sitting in Pod. You don't know. It's random, right? And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just a rough call. But it's very nice to hear Hawk Yeah, this could have definitely still gone either way, though. You said you did a late Thieves Town. I did it early. That was my second dungeon, and that bow was like in the big chest. That was probably going to be a 100% last location for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was what? It was like, I was like 40 something minutes, like 40, 47 minutes or something into the seed when I got bombos and was going to go down to Pyramid Ledge, right? And so I was still hammer away at that point. I mean, I lost so much time having to double run to Dark World with the mirror, right? Because I did one loop originally, right at the beginning before South Shore. I got the mirror. I did another loop with Smith Chain, got the flute, and then I had to do another loop to get Graveyard Ledge, right?
Yeah,
and so like that's like 4 minutes
yeah,
at
that's
least.
Really painful.
And so I knew I was screwed. Like you kind of just like you play enough rando and you're just like, all right, most people are gonna like have done these things and skipped all this stuff. You just kind of you get a feel for it. So like Gambo was probably like, man, I'm kind of doing this right. It felt good the whole time. I just felt like I was like, I have chosen incorrectly, and hopefully something is in a really bad spot, but it wasn't bad enough. So I was kind of banking on Thieves Big. I was like, please be there.
Yeah, that would have been really rough right there. But I'm just glad it just seemed very linear. You get that bombos early, you're just kind of follow dungeons really.
Yeah, if you get bombos early, and you get the pyramid bow in some way, then you just don't do the mountain, right? You just never touch it, and then all of a sudden you're like 10 minutes saved. This could have, I mean, if you route it right, this is the easy. I mean, not easy. But this is like probably a close to sub-hour type of seed if you just don't do the mountain. Like it's bad. Like I don't know. Fun though. Rando.
Yeah, but on the whole, again, I mean, you guys both played exceptionally well, and it was the margins for most of this race were actually it was a really tight race. That early mirror and Fire Rod gave Yammer the edge, and the linear aspect I think made it just a little bit tough to catch up. But like, I mean, Vex, I mean, this is unfortunately the end of your tournament, but you had a really good run. I mean, your group was stacked in pool play, and like, do you have any thoughts about how this tournament's going for you?
I mean, yeah, I didn't actually expect to get out of the group. I mean, I guess I didn't not expect to get out of the group, but I wasn't like counting on it or anything. So my group was stacked. Every match we played in group was like real tight. I mean, I think I had a 4-second loss to Inban in the group, right? It was like it super sniped. But like, I don't know. Overall, I mean, it was fun. I kind of had I'll call it a life event happen in the middle of trying to like prep for everything, and so I'm like super out of practice, super rusty, and super tired. So my wife's been pregnant, and she gave birth a month early, and so I was unprepared.
Oh wow! Congrats again on that, Vex.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, he was all covered in baby throw up before this match, right? Isn't that what you said?
That's true. I think there's actually a little spot on my shoulder, like no, like for real. I was feeding the baby. Like I was like I really hope this baby eats in time so I can like.
Look at that! Even wishing you good luck before the race.
Yeah, baby puke is good luck. I'll take it.
There you go. And Gamma, I mean, the #1 seed, but got one of the fearless leaders of this tournament, one of the admins, Mr. Aaron Snurd, up next. So
that'll be no contest.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
No, it's rando. It could definitely go either way. No, but I'm looking forward to my race with him. I've been meaning to do an 80 keys race with him too for a while. So I mean, this will be a nice substitute at least. Casual beats.
How come we've never done 80 keys?
80 keys? We should. Maybe one of these weekends.
I mean,
yeah, if you're available now, because I know you're.
Yeah, he's got that baby. He ain't got no time no more. Never. I'm surprised he did this match.
Nah, I can sneak away, pawn him off on.
There you go.
My folks are in town.
No, but I'm looking forward to my race with Aaron. That's for sure.
Well, all right. Arya, you got any other comments?
No, just another great race, another tremendous performance by both of you guys. always pick up something new, and yeah, it was great working with you, Hawk, and came here behind the scenes.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, thanks definitely to our tracker, Kamir. Thank you guys for putting on a good race. Thanks, Arya, for joining me. Everybody, make sure you check out the rest of the Speed Gaming channels. There's some other stuff happening this evening. Looks like a SMZ3 qualifier tonight at 8:10 on Speed Gaming 2, so I'll probably be checking that out. Thanks again for everybody. GG's to Gamma for the win. Thanks, Vex. Thanks, Arya. Thanks, Kamir. And we will see you all later.